It's the 4th of July. It's Independence Day 2024. Wow. About the 248th Independence Day that as a nation we have celebrated our independence and our freedoms. And so the school is all about helping you preserve that independence and those freedoms through the classes at our school. And so the times, they are changing. Things just aren't the way they've always been. And the outside is maybe not as safe as it once was. We all feel that we're safe inside our homes, and to some extent we certainly are. But read the news, listen to the news man, violence is climbing, and it seems to happen inside the house, outside the house, home invasions, supermarkets, schools, shopping centers. There seems to be no end. And so we've scheduled some classes for the balance this year, and they're outlined in the email attached to this one. I've made some notes and I'll go over a few of the details, and we would hope to see you in one of those classes sooner or later. And so one would be a plan, yes, the fundamentals of that. And it is the fundamentals because we do an evening class. The evening class is a great place to get started. It doesn't take a lot of time, it doesn't take a lot of money, and you'll come away with some information and a bunch of information about how to be safe inside your house, how to keep your family safe. If you'd like more than just the evening's worth of it, an evening usually runs 60 to 90 minutes. We do a full day version of that. With that, I've got a lot more time and you'll get a lot more information. And so I have more information that I can give with that one, stuff that you can take home with you, and you'll leave that one knowing a lot more about the laws, a lot more about how to keep your family safe, both inside the home and outside the home. And so if that sounds like it might be you, give that some consideration. Next, we have multi-state concealed carry permit classes. Do you already have your Washington concealed carry permit or the home state that you're in now? Hope so. If not, easy enough to obtain so far. Those laws are changing quickly. So if you ever thought of getting a concealed carry permit, now would be the time. And what about permits that would be honored in other states? If you're going to travel, then summertime is the time for travel. If you're going to travel, then you need a correct permits that would be valid in those other states we intend to travel. If you're going across state lines, I wouldn't want to travel and be unarmed these days. And so do it legally and find out what the laws are all about. Attend one of our classes and you'll come away with a whole pocket full of permits that'll take you just about anywhere you'd like to go. And so that's firearm training. In addition to firearm training, we brought back our popular cane class, a walking cane. And so a cane class can be used to protect your wife and your family easily. And so sometimes we want to travel someplace where guns aren't allowed or aren't not a good idea necessarily. But you know what? With the American Disabilities Act, we can probably take a cane almost anywhere we want to go. And so it's not intuitive, and there's some specific things about that. And we teach this class once, maybe twice a year, and it's coming up pretty soon. And so early in July on a Saturday, we will do our defensive cane class. And so that's not a lot of money, and it's just one day, and it gives you an alternative to carrying a gun. And so maybe you'd want to do both, maybe just one or the other. Maybe there'd be times, boarding an airline, for instance, where you couldn't carry the gun, and maybe carrying a walking cane would be the idea, if you know how to use it properly. Let's see what else we have on our schedule. Oh, couples tactics. Yes, so if you're part of a couple, what's the chances that the two of you would be together when the bad thing happened? Chances are well enough. Therefore, have a plan. You guys should get together and have a plan. We have a class about that. And that class will teach you how to discover that plan, make that plan, so that you know exactly what's going down when you have to exercise that plan. Something happens at the mall, something happens in your home, something happens on the streets. Wow, what would you do? What's your plan? Oh, everybody needs a plan. Maybe not everybody needs a gun necessarily, but we think everybody needs a plan because the bad guy has a plan and he's willing to exercise that plan with dire consequences for you. So we would like you to be well planned as well. And so next we have our annual Urban Self-Defense Conference. It's our law conference. It's a 6-day conference. And we've done this every year for many years. It only comes around once a year. I invite industry experts from all over the United States to join me on stage for 6 full days of seminars, case studies, and you'll come out of there knowing a lot more about what's legal in what places and how to do it. and how would you exercise those rights of yours to carry that gun to defend yourself and the rights of others as well. And so the law conference is popular because never in one place will you find all these expert speakers under one roof. And so you can get it all done at once this way, several different speakers all under one roof, and it happens November this year. And so if you have an interest in that, take a look at the website, pick up the phone, give me a call. I'll be happy to discuss all the details of Law Conference. It's one of our most popular happenings. Then after Law Conference, let's pretend that you've done some of this now, you've gotten your permits, you come to the initial classes. What happens after that? What afterwards? So the afterwards, kind of the beyond training. And so we have some beyond training, and it's listed here in this brochure. And so beyond training can be range training, because it's not just plinking at the bullseye to get a score to qualify for permitting. This is the real thing. This is moving and shooting and overcoming problems and defending yourself and likely others as well. And so all done live on a range, live fire. Now, in addition to that, we have a beyond class, the beyond the laws. Yes, not just the simple laws that you learned to get started, but these are the laws that all of us must know and understand if we're going to carry the gun outside the home or even use it inside the home. And so the beyond classes are for those of you that we've seen before. So those of you that we've had in class. If you want to know what's next, by golly, that would be what's next. Okay. And then our annual Steel Day. Now the Steel Day is more than annual anymore. It's been pretty popular. And so we try and post enough Steel Days to cover us here and there. And so that's when we turn our range into not just a paper target range, but a steel target range. And I guarantee we have more steel targets than any other range I'm aware of this side of the Mississippi River. And so the steel is a little more accurate because instead of forcing us to look at a score and see how close the bullet was in the bullet hole, it's a hit or a miss. When you shoot the steel, it goes ding or it doesn't. And this provides a little more realistic training of what it would be like to defend yourself and your family under urban conditions. That said, take a look at our email, see if there's something that's interesting for you. The phone number is there at the bottom. Questions, comments, just pick up the phone, give us a call. It's my direct line. It'll come straight to me, and I look forward to talking with you.